Are there any other issues that perhaps you mentioned you and other towns weren't getting much progress with former Governor Cuomo that you could maybe see movement now with Governor Hochul?
Yeah, again, I think part of it is having a seat at the table and having those conversations. You know, in previous administrations, people have talked about shared services. I've jokingly said that shared services have been around since the days of the two farmers standing in the field, shaking hands and allowing farm equipment to be used to harvest the crops next door. These aren't new things. Government needs to get away from buzzwords and get back to business. I believe that Kathy is really going to lean in and work on an agenda that is focused on infrastructure. Again, it's heartening to hear out of DC that President Biden is focused on infrastructure. That will then trickle down into the state, and it will trickle down into the counties and the local municipalities. These are the things that we need. The bread and butter of local government is infrastructure.
That $1 trillion infrastructure bill working its way through Congress. Senate has approved it. The House this week may take it up. We're talking midweek. Any idea what that could mean for the town of Plattsburgh? Have you already looked ahead to what could be coming out of that particular bill as far as money for infrastructure in the Plattsburgh and how you would use it?
Yeah, so the town has been advancing a $24 million water capital plan over the last several years. We would love to continue to see further investments in water infrastructure. We would love to see further infrastructure in our roadways and our bridges. And I say this more holistically because it's not just about the town of Plattsburgh. Our citizens travel all throughout the North Country and all throughout the state, that these are the things that people need and have long been forgotten by the folks down in DC. I mean, how many years now have we talking about a real infrastructure bill? I mean, let's get it done, folks. Let's start investing in the infrastructure that isn't the most maybe appealing sometimes. It's not a ribbon snipping and things like that, but it's things that we need to get done.
Would it come directly to the municipalities from the feds, or would it be filtered through the state? And do you always run the risk of the state reallocating it in different ways and you not ending up with as much as you would like to see?
So it's my understanding right now that those monies will be allocated in a variety of ways. New York State would certainly get their share of funds. There would probably be some CDBG grants that would come out, some various organizations and agencies that are both state and local. The county would have an opportunity. The Plattsburgh International Airport would probably be eligible for some fundings. So because, again, we have a legacy of planning, we are able to look at the direction and the trajectory of our township and how that interplays with other municipalities in the region. We believe we're in a strong position should funds become available.
Money for the airport, roads, bridges, sewer, water, as you say. Also billions dedicated for broadband.
Absolutely. I mean, this global pandemic, I don't think brought about anything new. What it really did is put a magnifying glass on the things that we already knew and really intensified the experience, where kids couldn't log on to their classroom experience, that folks were going to, volunteer fire departments, parking lots for Wi-Fi, or, to the local library and stuff. Broadband is one of those things that's not a want anymore, it's a true need. People are doing business globally. Businesses right here in Plattsburgh need that availability to be able to connect with their national headquarters that are, say, in Canada or elsewhere globally. And if they don't have that, those are dollars wasted. It really puts people at a disadvantage.
The state is still working out the rules and regulations. After the legislature legalized marijuana use for adults, waiting for that to play out, has the town in the meantime been approached by either growers or retailers saying, we're looking here to the North Country to come and set up shop?
No, the town of Plattsburgh hasn't been approached by any particular business as it relates to marijuana. In fact, I would anticipate that those businesses would probably focus more on, say, the city of Plattsburgh because of their cheap electricity rates. So no, we haven't been approached.
And the town council hasn't taken up whether that would be something they would be open to, because the towns do have the option to opt out.
Correct. Right now, we're waiting to see how things develop. It's still a landscape that's evolving, by each session. But again, no, we haven't been approached, so we really haven't taken a position on that.
All right, Michael Cashman, always good to see you. Thank you very much for taking the time.
Likewise, great to see you.